Miran. Today we'll be doing question 3, which comes from 2018 June exam. And we are required to prepare cash journals. Now, the following information was taken from the accounting records of Coth Traders for the month of April 2018. We need to enter the transactions listed below in the cash journals of Coth Traders for April 2018. We do not need to total the journals. Now, let's start with the first transaction. It says that information as per the cash register tape, number 42, sales amounted to 10,752, cost of sales amounted to 7,168. Where are we going to record that transaction? Remember, you only have 3 cash journals. The first one is the cash receipts journal. The second one is the cash payments journal. The last one will be petty cash, which relates to small payments. Now, question is, in which journal are we going to record the first transaction? We are going to record it in the cash receipts journal, and that is because cash register tape, we only record transactions there when we sell goods. All right, when we sell goods, we receive cash. That's why it's recorded in the cash receipts journal. In the cash receipts journal, we only record cash that was received. We'll start with the document. The document will be CRT 42, which stands for cash register tape. Day is 01. We don't really have the details from whom we received the money, so you will just write sales and the details. And the analysis of receipts, you will write 10,752. This is because this was cash received, so it was not a direct deposit into our bank account. And the fact that it was not a direct deposit into our bank account, it'll go under analysis of receipts. Note that if we have analysis of receipts on the same day, we are going to add those two amounts before we transfer them to the bank column. Now you'll get a mark for bank. The bank will be the sales value because that is the cash amount we received. Sales amounted to 10,752 and the cost price of those sales amounted to 7,168. Done with that transaction. You earn yourself 3 marks, just like that. 3 out of 16. Let's move on. On the 4th, we issued a receipt number 81 to K. Said for 1,520 in settlement of a debt of 1,600. You will notice that here we issued the receipt. So since it's a receipt, it doesn't relate to sales. It's a receipt from a debtor who is paying us back, which is interesting. Now, how do we record this? Okay, now if a debtor pays us back, it means we are going to record it in cash payment. No, because we're not making a payment. It's a debtor that is making a payment, paying us. So we are receiving the money. So it makes sense for the transaction to be recorded in the cash receipts journal. It will be receipt number 81. This is not sales. We're not selling. So that's why it's not CRT, all right? It's receipt number 81. It happened on the 4th. We received this money from K. Said. K. Said was owing us 1,600, okay? But only paid 1,520. So under analysis of receipts, we'll write 1,520 because that's what we received. And the bank will also write 1,520. Someone might be wondering, but why are we recording it under analysis of receipts? Please note, this was cash received, okay? It was not direct deposit to our bank account. It was not EFT. That's why we issued the receipt for it. And when you issue a receipt for a transaction, even if it's CRT, it'll go under analysis of receipts. All right. Now, how much was our debtor owing us? Under debtor's control, if it's not split like it's not split in this case, under debtor's control, you will put in the total amount that the debtor was owing us. The debtor was owing us 1,600. 12,600, of which 80 rand of that was a discount because we only received 1,520. So we allowed the debtor a discount of 80 rand. Okay. Now, sometimes they don't separate discount allowed with debtors control. So they'll normally write the heading as debtors control. They'll write receipts and discount allowed. If they write it that way, and the receipt, you'll write that 1,520, and the discount allowed, you will write 80 rand. But now when they split them like this, make sure that under debtors control, you only recorded the amount that was owed by the debtor before they made a payment. All right. Let us move on to the next transaction. It says that we purchased merchandise for 2,400 less trade discount, 5% trade discount from our Vania, and paid by direct deposit. Wow, where are we going to record this transaction? I think we need to record it in the CRJ. Incorrect. It must be recorded in the CPJ because here it's us that are buying stock. We are buying goods from somebody else. Okay, it was a direct deposit. So the document will be the source document will be the bank statement. This happened on the 7th. We were buying stock from our Vania, and the bank will record the amount that we paid to buy that stock. Did we pay the whole 2,400? We only paid 95% of that 2,400. Now, why am I saying we paid 95%? It's because when we recognize the cost price of a product, we only recognize the cost price excluding the trade discount. We only recognize cost price is basically what we paid for that product, right? And in this case, we only paid 95% of whatever was sold to us. We did not pay 100% the price of the product for the price of the product. So I'm going to take the 2,400 multiplied by 95%, and I'm going to record that in my CPJ because that is the amount that I paid for that particular product. All right. Now, most students confuse a trade discount with a settlement discount. We do record the settlement discount as discount allowed, or we record it as discount received, but we do not record the settlement discount. Please check my video on the debtors journal. That's why I explained it. All right. So I'm going to take 2,400 and multiply it by 0.95, which is 95%. And that will give me 2,280. All right. 2,280 will be recorded under bank, and it will also be recorded under trading stock or merchandise. Okay. I know students now or the youth nowadays call it a merch. Merch in this case relates to merchandise or trading stock. All right. Now, on the 7th, we paid Speedy Deliveries 260 by EFT to deliver the above mentioned merchandise to the business. Okay. I normally explain this when I start with accounting right at the beginning, just to explain to students what goes into calculating the cost price of a product. Here we paid Speedy Deliveries to deliver trading stock. The merchandise, the merch we bought on above, we actually pay them to deliver that merch. Now, where are we going to record that? We are going to record it in the cash payments journal. All right. Question is, which two accounts will be affected there? It will be bank, and someone might actually think that we have to record delivery cost as an expense or transportation cost as an expense, all right? Please note that when we deliver goods to customers, all right, well, let me say that we were paying a courier company a certain amount of money to deliver goods to customers. We paid for it, so it will be recorded in the CPJ. In that case, delivery costs are not included under trading stock, but here the delivery cost was for to deliver stock to us. Okay, any cost, any direct cost that we incur to bring stock to us, that cost will be included as part of the cost price of that stock. Okay, so we are going to include this under trading stock, even though we did not pay the money to buy trading stock, but we paid the money to bring trading stock to conditions ready for it to be sold. Any cost you incurred to bring an asset for the asset to be ready for us to be able to sell it, then that cost will be included as part of the cost of the asset. In this scenario, we are going to include that 260 under trading stock. All right. If it was for us to deliver goods to customers, then we were going to include it as transportation cost or delivery cost, okay? Because there it means that we sold goods, so it's a selling expense. This is not a selling expense, it's a purchase, all right? And the purchase of trading stock will result in a higher amount due to the fact that we had to pay transportation to transport that trading stock from the supplier to our premises. Okay, when we deliver goods to customers, they are taken from our premises to the customer, and that is the selling expense, and we record that as delivery cost. But here, since we are the ones that are buying, we are buying trading stock, we will include transportation cost as part of the cost of your trading stock. Now you are going to record 260 on the bank and then record 260 under trading stock. On the 9th, we made a direct deposit to Crazy Bank for 580 to meet the monthly repayment towards the loan. That one is quite easy. It means that it's going to our cash payments journal. When we record it in our cash payment journal, we'll start with the document, which is BS. They will be the 9th, right? We paid this to Crazy Bank. We are going to record it under bank. What's the other account that is affected? It's bank and loan. Don't forget, write semicolon and then write the name of the bank. Okay, now we don't have a column for loan here. We will have to record this under sundry accounts. Under sundry amounts, we'll have 580. Under sundry details, we'll have loan semicolon, as I said, Crazy Bank. You need to write this in full. If you don't write it in full, please know that you will not get a full mark. I hope I was clear there. All right, moving right along. On the 10th, we paid 3,120 to Zwane Traders by EFT on account and received a discount of 160. Interesting. Basically, here it means we bought, I don't know what we bought here, all right? But we bought it on credit because we bought it on account, okay? But we paid by EFT. So creditors' control will be affected and discount to receive will also be affected. Now, since we are the ones that are paying, this transaction will be recorded in the cash payments journal. When we record it in the cash payment journal, we'll write it as BS. It'll be BS stands for bank statement, not what you're thinking of. And under payee is the person that we are paying, which is Zwane Traders, and the bank will put in that 3,120. How much were we owing them in total? Note that they gave us a discount of 180. So you will take this 3,120, add it with the discount of 180. It will give us 3,300. That's how much we were owing them. And that is the amount that you are going to write under creditors control. What discount? How much was the discount on this? The discount was 180. Okay, now to get the bank amount, you'll simply take the 3,000 that we were owing them, 3,300, minus the discount that they gave us, which is 180. It'll give us the bank amount that we actually paid, which is the amount we actually paid, and that will be 3,120. Moving right along. Received a direct deposit for 1,700 from Nkosi suppliers, a creditor, as a refund for an overpayment made to them in March 2018. All right, that will be recorded and in the CRJ, all right, and it'll be receipt 82, which indicates to you that it has to go under analysis of receipt. It happened on the 18th, and it was made, we received it from Nkosi suppliers as a refund, and that will be recorded under analysis, and then it'll be recorded under bank. Now, question is, which other account will be affected? Interesting here. The other account that will be affected will be creditors control, okay? This is because we overpaid the creditor, and now they are refunding us, okay? So that's why we have 1,700 under sundry, and the account affected will be creditors control. A payment made by Anne van Nieker for 2,760 in settlement of her account of 2,800 was returned by the bank unpaid due to insufficient funds. Note that cancellation of payments will be recorded in the CPJ. When we cancel the payment that was made by a debtor, it will be recorded in the CPJ. We will record that in our cash payments journal. All right, so we'll have BS, day will be the 20th. This was from Anne van Niekerk, and the bank will have 2,760, and under debtors control will have 2,760. Note, any payment made by a debtor. Remember, when a debtor makes a payment to us, we record it in the CRJ. But if that payment is now declined by the bank, we have to cancel that by recording it in the CPJ. Please note that even though we record it in the CPJ, we are not actually making a payment. We are canceling the initial transaction that resulted in us recording it in the CRJ. When we received the money, it was recorded in the CRJ to cancel that because it was no longer received because the bank dishonored the payment. We have to cancel it in the CPJ, and that's why we record it in the CPJ as such. Note that the discount that we are canceling will be recorded, will be cancelled in the debtors journal. The discount part will be cancelled in the debtors journal. I hope that makes sense. Here we only cancel the original amount that was received. The cash amount that was received from a debtor will be recorded in the cash payment journal. Now, on the 22nd, it says that total credit card sales to date, it's 20,600. Cost of sales is 13,733. That will be recorded in the CRJ. It relates to sales. Credit card is considered to be cash. We are going to record it in the CRJ. The the document number will be CRT because we sold goods, and that will be on the 22nd. We sold goods to who? We don't know. So we're going to go write sales under details. And the bank will have that 20,600. Please know that we will not record this under analysis of receipts because it was a credit card payment. So it goes off our account directly. So we did not receive this. All right. So it'll be recorded. It'll be it's the same as direct deposit and EFT. It goes straight into our bank account. All right. And we don't need to analyze that. Under sales will have 20,600, and under cost of sales will have 13,733. And that's how we will record the transaction. Okay. Let us move to the 26th. Sent an EFT payment for 10,400 to Beauty Insurance Corp to pay the owner's annual insurance premium on her personal vehicle. Here we will record this in the cash payments journal because we are making a payment and we are paying beauty insurance call. Question again, which two accounts will be affected? It's bank and insurance expense, correct? No, it is incorrect, okay? Because this was for the owner's personal vehicle. Now, that is drawings. Anything for personal use is drawings. That's why we write that on the sundry accounts, right? Let's move on to the 28th. We a debtor, which is IMYs, paid 3,000 towards an account that had been previously written off during December 2017, received 6,700 from Crazy Bank to increase the loan. So two things happened there. First one, we received money from a debtor that was previously written off. When a debtor was previously written off, now you will learn this when you get to grade 10. We refer to it as bad debts, okay? Now, when a debtor was previously written off and they pay us back, we record that. Note that this is a debtor that was written off, meaning that this debtor was not in our books anymore, okay? We will record it in the CRJ, but we do not record it under debtor's control because this person was no longer a debtor in our books. We will record it in a new account, and that account is called bad debts recovered. We will record it in a new account, and that account is called bad debts recovered. So under details, you write Nkosi suppliers, analysis of receipts will be 300, bank will be 300, but we are going to record it under sundry as bad debts recovered. This is only if a debtor was written off. Okay. And now they appear from nowhere to make a payment. We will record it in the CRJ, but we record it as bad debts recovered, not under debtor's control, because this is a former debtor, even though we said a debtor IMYs. No, this is not a debtor. This person was previously written off, meaning that they were no longer in our books anymore. We call it blacklisting. They were blacklisted from our business. So when they come back after a while to make a payment, we cannot record that under debtor's control. Instead, we are going to record it under a new account, which is called bad debts recovered. All right. On the 30th, the bank statement received from World Bank revealed the following that still has to be recorded in the cash journals: service fee, credit card levy, we have cash handling fee, we also have interest on unfavorable bank balance. Everything else except for interest on unfavorable balance will be added up and recorded in the cash payments journal as bank charges. All right, so we will have BS, and the name of the bank is World Bank. It will be recorded under bank as well as sundry as bank charges. So when you add everything up, it will give you 460, which is your bank charges. All right, the other one was interest on unfavorable bank balance. That will be recorded in the CPJ. Please know that interest on favorable bank balance will be recorded in the CRJ as interest income. This one will be recorded in the CPJ because it's on unfavorable bank balance. Unfavorable bank balance is an overdraft, which is a liability. Any liability, interest on a liability will be an expense, all right? That's why we are going to record this in the CPJ because we paid for it. So it was a liability. We needed to pay interest on it, and that interest, as I've said, will be recorded in our cash payment journal as interest expense. Totals were not required, and that's all you needed to do, all right, to prepare your cash receipts journal and your cash payments journal. All right, I don't think this is all. Let me just read further. All right, there's something that I missed here. I'm gonna go back to it, which is the second part here. All right, where they said we received 6,700 from Crazy Bank to increase our loan. So that is the increase amount. Okay, so when we receive money for a loan, that will be recorded in the CRJ. It is basically us taking up a new loan that will be recorded in the CRJ. We'll have Crazy Bank and analysis of receipts will have 6,700, and we will record that. And the bank, please note that it was simply an increase of our loan, right? I just need you to note that it is an increase of our loan. Now, question is, why is it that for Nkosi suppliers that did not transfer any amount? It is because these two transactions happened on the same day. Now, since they happen on the same day and both of them will be recorded under analysis of receipts, so all I'm going to do is just to add the two amounts. And when I add the two amounts, I will record the total under bank as 7,000 rand. Okay, now please note that under sundry will have 6,700, and that will be a loan from Crazy Bank. All right, I will forgive you in this case if you transfer the amount directly to bank, because in most cases when you get a loan, it'll be deposited directly into your bank account. All right, now here please note that because they happened on the same day, I simply added the two because both of them will be recorded and analysis of receipts. Now, this is in case that money was received directly from the bank, but that is highly unlikely, right? So I would have recorded that 6,700 and the bank and not recorded under analysis of receipts. Okay, and I think that was our last transaction. It looks like that was our last transaction, and that will be it from me. Grade nines. All right, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Please go through the videos and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hotel.